For me, sleep has been a constant struggle. For the longest time, waking up was one of the hardest things I did every day. I felt like I was fighting my body to get through the morning, and no matter how disciplined I was, I struggled to fall asleep at night.
In the morning, I'm like, there's no reason for me to be awake right now. Like, what? Like, why are you doing this to us? Like, let us go back to, like, why did you wake us up in the first place?
When I started reading more about sleep, it was comforting to find out that this was not just me being completely out of whack. Night owls are a biological fact. According to neuroscientist Matthew Walker, PhD, author of the best-selling book Why We Sleep, night owls are frequently incapable of falling asleep early at night, no matter how hard they try. It is only in the early morning hours that owls can drift off. The prefrontal cortex controls high-level thought and logical reasoning and helps keep our emotions in check. When a night owl is forced to wake up too early, their prefrontal cortex remains in a disabled offline state. Like a cold engine after an early morning start, it takes a long time before it warms up to operating temperature, and before that will not function efficiently. He also says that night owls make up about 30% of the population, and that being a night owl is strongly determined by genetics. Which is maybe why growing up, my entire family would often be up until 1 or 2 in the morning. Like 10 p.m. at the Bean House, we were rolling, it was popping, okay. For me, this has been one of the best parts so far of working for myself, because typical corporate schedules are rife with early morning meetings. I can do morning activities if I have to, and if I'm traveling or at a shoot or at a conference, I often do. But otherwise, if you want the most creative, engaged, insightful version of Asante, it's an afternoon call, thanks. But even though I knew I wasn't the most creative or talkative in the morning, I found that on the rare morning where I was able to wake up feeling well rested, I actually felt great. I feel really motivated, I can focus, and mornings are a great time for me to crank out admin tasks or exercise or do things that I might feel too bored or distracted to do later in the day. And I felt like because I'd always been obligated to work on an employer's schedule and I'd have to stay up late to finish these videos after work, I'd never really given myself a chance to flourish in the morning. My sleep schedule had never been consistent, I didn't know what my natural sleep cycle was, and I wanted to be, if not a morning person, then someone who can wake up in the morning and get some things done before the demands of the rest of the day. So I tried it. After quitting my day job and taking full control over my time, my first major challenge was regulating my sleep schedule, which after I left the 9 to 5, immediately went haywire. And after a lot of trial and error and pausing to really listen to my body, I finally figured out how to manage this aspect of myself that has seemed so unmanageable. Here's how I did it. So it is almost 9:30 and I feel tired. I was gonna do a few more items of work, but I'm gonna try to lean into my tiredness. In my heart of hearts, I want to be waking up at 7 a.m. I like having several hours during the morning right after I've woken up that I can focus on myself before I have to meet with anyone. So if I can wake up well rested in the morning, I know that I do well and I feel great and I do feel focused and I do feel energized. If I wake up tired in the morning, it's all off. Tired, I work way better at night. So I think that's why I've been thinking that I'm a night owl. Now I've realized that I've just been working tired because I've been cutting out hours of sleep basically to get more work done because I've just had so much on my plate trying to do day job stuff and live a balanced life and do this YouTube channel. So now that I don't feel that pressure, hopefully I can work this out. Right now I use 2 alarms. I use one alarm that's sleep cycle on my phone and another one that is a physical alarm clock that I have to get myself out of bed and turn off, which is a strategy to physically get myself out of bed in the morning, because otherwise it sometimes does not happen. I've been trying to journal and do my to-do lists before I go to bed so that I'm not running my to-do list in my head, so that's not an issue. My schedule's been all over the place up until now. 2 a.m. seems to be a reliable time where I'm tired and I can fall asleep. I'm feeling tired now. I'm gonna try to lean into that tiredness and hopefully I can keep my sleepy enough to actually fall asleep. So all I'm gonna do is shower and go to bed. So in order to wake up at 7 and still get 8 hours of sleep, then I should be in bed by 11. So it is 11:05. I actually don't feel as tired now as I did at 9:30, which is always my issue, is that I feel actually kind of awake at 11 p.m. Of course, I did have a brilliant idea tonight at like 10:30. So I wrote it down on a piece of paper, not on my laptop, so I did not blue lightify myself late at night, so hopefully that helps and hopefully I can fall asleep. Hello, guess what time it is? It's 10 in the morning. I always fail. I woke up at 7, hit this alarm, hit that alarm, but I just felt really tired. So I was like, let me try to wake up naturally and see, hopefully I wake up at like 8 or 9. And it is 10 o'clock. I even had my sleep headphones on so I could listen to relaxing music that's supposed to calm your brain waves and allow you to sleep better. I think it might be something about going to bed at 11. Like, I think it might be like, if I've stayed up until 11, it's an L. I'm not getting to bed before 2. Because if you look at my sleep tracker, I was in bed at 11 and you can see that I'm kind of still, so that it calls this sleep. And so maybe there's some level of sleep happening. I felt like my body being dead weight, but my mind still definitely had like activity. I know that I'm losing hours and hours of time lying in bed awake. And for someone who is obsessed with productivity, that's a real shame. I'm trying not to be obsessed with productivity, but like, it still definitely bothers me. Tonight, I feel like has illustrated it. I had every intention. I was even doing it for the vlog of like getting up on time. I didn't have any like particular worries on my mind. I was not stressed. I had my blackout curtains. I had my socks on. I had my headphones to do the music. I turned my room down to a low temperature. I have invested in the good mattress. I have the satin pillowcase. I'm trying all the things, y'all. You know, I wear blue light glasses throughout the day. Okay, take 2. It is 9:52 and I'm about to be head to pillow before 10 p.m. Unheard of. Unheard of for me. Hopefully to catch the sleep train before I get left at the station and I no longer can access the sleepiness. If I do this for the vlog a second time and I also fail, I'm gonna be upset. So wish me luck. I will see you in the morning. Hopefully early morning. Okay, it's been an hour. It's now 11:11. I've been lying in bed. I hate this. I really want to be able to go to bed at night, but it's not happening. It is now 1:25 and I actually do feel tired. I also took the couple hours to get the work done that I would have done tomorrow morning. Now I'm going to bed. Actually see you in the morning this time. I guess daylight morning as opposed to 1 in the morning. Hey. It's 9:30. Heck yeah. I started waking up naturally around 9 and sort of slowly came out of my sleep inertia. It took me a good 30 minutes to get out of the sort of groggy state, so a little bit of grog for sure. And so I actually have time to do some things in the morning before meetings. We got this. The sleep in your eyes. Whew. But pay no attention to my nightgown. I cannot confirm or deny whether flirting works. Also, why is Tinkerbell the enemy of flirting? I don't understand. Tonight I come to you sporting these actually orange blue light blocking glasses. Am I color balanced in this shot? I don't know. I hope so. I'm not taking these guys off though. I wear blue light blocking glasses during the day, which I can actually show you. Let me pop into my office and get them. So these are the glasses. They look really classy during calls. They look very nice, but I'm having real problems, so I wanted to up the ante. Now I'm putting on these bad boys at around 7 p.m. The sun is setting, all of my calls for the day are done, and I think it's really helping. I think this might have been the missing link. I've been wearing them for the past couple of days, and I'm really feeling myself get tired at around 8:30, and I can feel the sleepy. I'm not fighting the sleepy, and I guess that the blue light that was still coming through and still kind of bright was keeping me up. Even though these glasses do block blue light and they're helpful for not getting migraines, which I used to get from staring at a screen all day, it seems like I needed something a little more powerful at night. And what's nice is that this thick frame means that there's not a lot of light leaking through the sides either. So there's hope. This morning I woke up at 7:30 a.m. and actually managed to stay awake. And that was after getting a full 8 hours because I'd gone to bed the following night at 11:30 p.m. And that was definitely the earliest I'd gone to bed in a while. So, good morning. I've finally done it.
I woke up naturally at 6 a.m. Boom, baby. Boom, baby. What'd I say? What'd I say? 5:52 a.m. is what that says. Holla at your girl. So success is not a straight line. Yesterday, I actually woke up at 10:30, and this is what my sleep schedule has been like for the past couple weeks. It's been a little chaotic, as you can see. Like, it's still dark outside. I'm so pumped. The way this has been going, I thought this day would never come. This is so exciting. I was like, will my body ever adjust? This is so painful. I probably have so much crap on my face. I literally just woke up. I've been struggling, you guys. It's been struggle. This is like certainly not wrapping up into a nice, neat little bow of like, I fixed my sleep schedule in a week. Look at this linear progression of events. But I'm here, and I think the success of today boils down to last night, of course. I actually wound down last night, which is unusual. I cut myself off from working pretty early at like 8. I was like, which is early for me. I was like, you know what? This day is over. I'm done. I've done my main thing that I needed to do today. I feel like just relaxing and watching some YouTube videos and just sort of enjoying my time, which I don't usually do. I did put on my orange glasses. I actually was tired around 9:30, 10, which also had not been happening, but I'd been forcing myself to wake up at 8:30 for like 2 or 3 days, even though I had gone to bed at a late hour, and that was just making me tired from being a little sleep deprived. I think that's really just usually necessary for converting my sleep schedule and really trying to adjust is I just have to wake up tired a couple days, and that sucks. And I feel absolutely miserable, and I feel completely like garbage when I wake up tired. But that's just what it's gotta be. Still took a little minute to go to bed, but I wasn't lying in bed awake for an hour. Yay! I'm super excited. I haven't been awake at 6 a.m. in a hot minute. So, let me go to the bathroom, freshen up, and let's handle this day. Oh my gosh, I have daytime to handle things in. Wow. So I've relapsed. I spent 3 hours awake last night, lying in bed thinking about things, my thoughts keeping me up at night, not able to quiet the chatter in my brain. It feels like a toss-up at night. Is tonight gonna be a night where I'm up for 2 or 3 hours? I woke up at 7. I went to bed again. Woke up at 7 with the alarm, went right back to bed. I'm used to having to spend the evening hours and wee morning hours to get it done, staying up until 2 in the morning. This has been so chaotic. Okay, so I was watching this back while editing this video and realized that I didn't have a solution. I had planned to put this video up about a month ago, but I realized, wait, I'm still struggling. I still haven't figured this out. And in rereading that bit at the beginning about night owls, it became clear to me that I was still fighting my body and losing. I definitely got better after this. I was waking up around 8 a.m., but then I would still go to bed a little too late for that, and then I'd build up a sleep deficit, and then I'd start snoozing the alarm. I was doing a lot of rolling over and sleeping until like 9 or 10 a.m., and I just wasn't as consistent as I really wanted to be. 8 a.m. seemed like a perfectly reasonable wake-up time, but something was still off. So when all else failed, I turned to my data. As a part of my daily routine, I log my sleep stats in Notion within my habit tracker. Link below to my Notion template if you're interested. This allows me to apply filters, export things into a spreadsheet, and do some analysis and manipulation of the data. Data analysis. In order to take the averages properly, I turned 1 a.m. into 13, 2 a.m. into 14, etc. And within Notion, I marked times like 12:35 as 2.35. Not a perfect translation, but good enough for my purposes. And I looked at all of my data, 444 days over the past year and a half, to try to deduce what my natural bedtime is and what bedtime and wake time has me feeling the most rested. Over all days, my median bedtime was 1 a.m., average was 12.7,
My median wake time was 9 a.m., average was 8.77. Of days where I marked that I felt well rested, my median bedtime was 1 a.m., average was 12.5, median wake time was 9.15, and average was 9.11. Of days where I marked well rested and did not mark drowsy, my median bedtime was 1 a.m., average was 12.73, median wake time was 9.23, average was 9.18. Pretty conclusive results. I was not expecting it to be that stark, but clearly my bedtime is 1 a.m., maybe a little before, aiming to wake up by 9 a.m. Turns out that not having external obligations has not changed the fact that my body simply does not want to go to bed before midnight. And I'd been trying to keep myself somewhat within the typical work hours in society, but who needs typical work hours? I ain't clocking in for the man no more. So I'm a month into my new sleep schedule of going to bed around 12:31 in the morning and waking up around 9 a.m. and I finally feel like I have my sleep under control. I don't feel like I'm fighting myself. I don't feel like I'm tired and miserable all the time. I don't feel like my brain is off in the morning. And for the first time ever in my life, I do not regularly spend hours lying in bed awake at night. My sleep tracker says I've been falling asleep in 8, 9, 10 minutes, which is unheard of for me. And I've started waking up naturally at around 8:45. I even had a test of my fortitude recently and my ability to wake up early when necessary. It is 7:16 a.m. I've been awake for over an hour and well over an hour, and I'm doing okay.
Or do not meet the execution requirements. It's nice to have you on board this morning.
I had to take a morning flight for work, which meant waking up super early, and I was okay. So I'm finding that I can buttress any early wake up days with well-rested days on either side. I'm able to hit my sleep schedule consistently so that I can actually be well-rested most of the time, and it was way less painful for me to readjust to my current sleep schedule after the disruption. I feel like I've finally unlocked myself, like I've found the key to my ability to be fully functional throughout the day. So that key for me is to start going to bed at 11 p.m., do not try to go to bed early. At 11 p.m., put on my orange glasses, finish my current activity, and cut myself off from working. Even though I often want to try to keep being productive, I gotta cut it. Do my end of day reflecting, journaling, and planning my to-do list for the next day, which I do in Notion. Then do my evening hygiene, skincare, and if there's any time left before I'm tired, do something chill like read, listen to an audiobook, or listen to my chill nighttime playlist until I get drowsy and hit the hay around 12:30 or 1 a.m. That's the key. That's what it's taken me months to figure out. Wow, that was a whole process. I hope you've enjoyed this unexpectedly long journey of me fixing my sleep schedule. You might also like this video where I tried running a mile every day for 30 days as someone who was not exercising regularly. That was also quite a journey. And if you're into personal development and moving consciously and creatively through life, that happens to be what I make videos about, so consider subscribing. Thank you so much to my Patreon patrons who are making these videos possible. As always, remember to live spiritedly and think creatively, and I will see you next time.